Hey guys, today we'll tie the Trout fly, big articulated pike or musky fly. And I came up with this fly to imitate the 4D Trout from Savage Gear, just to have that nice swim bait action. With this one's with a custom trout tail, but also fish these with a Pacchiarini split wave tail. Start off with a 4/0 TP Ahrex and titanium fastach as usual. 100 denier Textreme thread. Start with some light pink. Tie this in a bunch of different colors. We'll tie this one as a rainbow trout. Usually tie them with white, but just recently got this light pink, which looks really good. So we'll take that bucktail, just go a little past the fastach. The bucktail around, put your thumb. Good, stitch down, move your thread forward. Cut the excess. And we'll add a bit, fuck off. Yeah, doesn't happen too often, but probably just nick the point. Alright, it's out of the way. Now, like this flash, the Pike monkey, it's already all mixed up. There's a bunch of different colors in there. There's white, there's Mirage, there's holographic silver. Got a little bunch. Pull out a couple fibers so they don't go behind. Tie about half the bundle past the fastach. Put your thumb. Flash all the way around. Fuck off! What's going on with this thread? This is really weird. Hopefully you didn't get a bad spool. Happened to me a couple times with the what's it called, Vivus. A couple bad spools like that. Hopefully it doesn't happen with this one. Then I like to bring my thread forward. Then we'll flip this around. Flash underneath, bring it up, couple wraps, take this off, put your thumb, bring this all the way around. Go. We'll take some polar reflector flash, silver this time. Actually, let's put a little bit of, where's my glue? bit of glue. Tie the reflector flash. Thread forward. Thread this all the way up. Leave a space for the front bucktail step. This off. All right. Let's grab some olive bucktail. A little clump of this. We'll split the colors. So we'll do top olive and then bottom that light pink. We'll reverse tie this. Grab them with my thumb and my index, and then you can manipulate it around. As we're not going all the way around, just half of the hook. Tie it in. There you go. Then the light pink. Don't need a lot for these half steps. You just take half of whatever you'd use for your to go all the way around. Reverse tie this as well. Try and measure whether they're same length. Cut the excess. Without cutting too much of that reflective flash behind. A little tricky sometimes. Alright. We're not gonna reverse tie this the normal way we would tie it. So there's a little gap right here. Reverse all of this. Push all the fibers. And instead of bringing that thread forward like a lot do, I just don't want that back hook to be so bulky. So I'm just gonna come over the top, perfectly half, and then cinch down. Still get some nice flare, but not as bulky as a normal reverse tie. And you can bring your thread forward. Take this off. Then we'll use a little saddle, pink, grizzly, like 2 feathers out. Kind of look the same. Then we'll tie this like that. Come back over the top. Measure out about the length of your hook. There you go. look like this. Flip it around. How long is this? Perfect. Same thing on this side. Nice. It's a little messy, you can come up, thread forward. We'll be done with the first hook. This up and then be generous with the glue on this part. Try to get it on the thread, not touch that bucktail. So this applicator is good. So this is going to be the first step, and then we'll put on a 40mm shank. These are the big game shanks. We'll let this dry and be right back. Let's put the 40mm shank in. It's gonna go in. Things are tight sometimes. There you go. Take this out. Some focus, yeah. All right. Thread, secure this. This can be tricky sometimes to keep on your vise. We'll slide. I'll adjust this after. As I said, tighten this up. Should move. All right. Let's start with some reflector flash. It's a mess. Put this in. We won't put too much of this. Just tie this right before the hole in that shank. Then we'll do the same steps as we did. Half olive, half light pink. Two loose wraps, and then you can check if it's all good. It is. Tie it in. Should be good. Yeah, any extra ones that are at the bottom, you can cut them off. Not that it really makes a difference, but it's gonna look better having the half-half. Get some light pink. Measure this so it's the same length. Perfect. These two color ones can get a little messy sometimes. A little harder to get them. Can make these all the same color too. I just like that contrast. So I like to do with these because we'll tie it in the same way. Where's my other? I don't know where my other one is. Tie it the same way as the other one, so a little thread gap here. Forward. And then bring it back to where it started. We'll reverse tie this. This could also be tricky because of that shank. You don't have too much space behind. Fold them all back. Really push hard fingers so that hairs bend a little bit. It's easier for you to grab on and do that reverse tie. Cinch down. Thread forward. So it flares up nice, but there's not that huge bulk of reverse tie, and you having to do I don't know how many turns to get that hair back. Put some glue. These will last longer. And back with the reflector flash. To put this back in its bag, because holy. Where's the bag? We're not going to put much of this because I want space for this other bucktail step we're going to make. About 5-6 turns. Some decent space right here. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing again. Olive bucktail. Same thing, we'll reverse tie it, but not the normal way. Half, half, sits down. Bring your thread forward a bit. Perfect. Light pink. Got a crazy deal on this light pink too. It was like $7. Price of Bucktail now is just absolutely absurd. I think they forgot to maybe change the price on this because the Bucktail right beside was 15 bucks, so it's like, fuck. It's starting to get crazy. Half, cinch down. Cut the excess without cutting too much of that reflector flash. Perfect. Reverse tie this again. You can add flash to every one of those steps too if you want, but we'll just add some flash at the last hook in front. Add them in a bunch of different ways. Any color you want too, it's just super nice. Alright, cinch down. This will flare, perfect. Alright. Nice. Then bring your thread forward. We'll finish this. Let's do 2. Put some glue on this thing. Be generous with that glue. Alright, we'll let this dry and then we'll tie the front hook. Front hook's gonna be a Trout Predator 6/0. Big boys. And we'll use some 60-pound wire with only one, probably 8mm bead for the articulation. Let's let this dry. I'll cut this right now, then we'll be back for the front hook. All right, back with that front hook now. Got some 60-pound coated wire. Just tie it on one side. Good strong wraps all the way to the end of that wire. Then I like to twist. I changed my thread to 150 Powerthread just to get a little more power, since that thing broke off a couple times earlier. Go back a good ways. We'll put the bead, it's just a plastic bead, 8mm. Take our back end of our fly, thread it through, and put this through plastic bead. Do a couple decent wraps, not too strong. Then you can check if it's in line. If it's not in line, what I usually do is I just turn this. Turn the back portion of the fly and then it'll go straight after. This is way too long, so I'm gonna cut this off. Perfect. There's just some loose wraps on top so you can place that wire on each side. Then you can really cinch down. like to twist my thread like that so it's not flat. Really digs into that coated wire. And go back a little ways. We got our front hook ready. But we'll have to do another break for the glue to dry. Be generous with this too. Don't want this to break. It's fish is hooked on the back hook. This dry, we'll be back for the last steps. Grab some olive bucktail again. We're just gonna do a regular reverse tie for the last step. Half again. There you go. Bottom one, we'll take this fluorescent pink. It's gonna have a nice contrast against the white dubbing we're going to put in. It's going to stick out a little more than that light pink. Measure this, same length. Should be good. Cut the excess. Reverse tie. A little bit of space up front for the dubbing. For the flash, we'll add some flash. And some saddle feathers. Throw up front. Some tight wraps. Looks decent. Be able to control this with the be able to control the flare once we put the eyes on and the dubbing on and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with the some olive Mirage. Not too many because we'll split in half. Three loose turns and then put your thumb on it. Good for now. And our saddle. Let's get two of the front feathers. We got this one and this one. I'll put them the same way we did the other ones. this off. Some glue. As this dries, we'll prepare the dubbing with olive and white. Where's my white? There's my white. Big old bags. I use so much of this stuff, man. It's awesome. Colors are freaking insane. See just that flash going. A nice clump of it. Get all the ends aligned. Want any loose fibers, not too many of them. So all it's going to be for the top. This is not white, it's called the UV Silver Surfer. It's like it's white mixed with some very light gray and some holographic silver ripple ice. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. Second bundle. Let's put the this. Let's try. Dry enough. Do half just like we did whole fly. Flip this around. Put the white. Looks good. Fold the top part, fold the bottom part, and we'll fold the bottom part. We'll finish this bad boy. Cat brush. Best brush there is. You can finish this different ways too. I finished them a couple times with the bulkheads or buffered head style. They all swim pretty good. I just like the look of the nice eyes with the resin, and so I can control the head as well. You know, the head's gonna be nice and slim, so it really cuts through the water. That's what you want with this type of fly. It swims like a nice swim bait. There you go. This is done. You see how that pink really pops out underneath. Nice. On this bad boy, I'll put the put some 15mm eyes on this. It might seem a little big, but it's gonna help us really control the head and get a nice flat, or actually 14mm. 14, 15s and shit. Ice color. Get that glue, where the fuck is it? Right here. As I said, I like gel, super glue for eyes. You can come on and tie here, just don't crush it too much. Get the glue on the eye, not too much. I like to press pretty hard on these. I won't talk during the time I put the UV resin. This video is going to be pretty long as it is already. And so, I'm sure you guys know how to put UV resin. You can look at my other videos that I have it on, but probably all fast forwarded anyways. The other eye. This thing will be what, at least, yeah, a good 9 inches. Then depending on the tail you're gonna use, it'll be bigger than that, but also depends on what swim you guys want for that fly. It really depends on what tail you'll be using. Use a dragon tail and you'll get more of a linear swim unless you jerk it super hard, but it's not gonna swim like a swim bait. I like to put these the flat tails that I call them, you know, they don't have pressure in the water, so that's how you can get that really crazy erratic swim. You can jerk it super hard, just gonna go in any type of direction. Use with the sinking line too. You strip hard, it's gonna go side to side every single time. So all right, I'll just stop talking, do the resin. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and maybe I'll start maybe I'll start giving away some of these flies that I tie. So every video that I make, I'll give away that fly that I'm tying. Probably just gonna have to leave a comment, like, and maybe follow me on Instagram. Same name as my YouTube channel. That'll be cool, so people can win this fly, try them out, catch some fish. See you guys in the next video.